I'm Alice Lawrence and I work at the University of Sheffield. I work at the English Language Teaching Centre and I'm an English language teacher. I studied modern languages at the University of Sheffield, and the reason I got interested in languages in the first place was because of my family background. And that's mainly because of my granny, whose name was Arusiag. My grandmother was born and brought up in Sivas, which I think is in eastern Turkey. She was born in 1904, and that was a time of great upheaval in that part of the world. She, being an Armenian Christian, she and her family, their lives were under threat, and she was forced with her family to walk, to leave Sivas, but they didn't really know where they were going. They obviously couldn't take much with them. It was her, in her little group, it was her and her mum and sister and brother, and they walked for about 3 to 4 years. They didn't all make it, they didn't all survive, but they walked from Sivas, and they ended up via Syria and places that you hear about currently in the news, Raqqa, Gaziantep, where terrible things are again happening, and again there's movement of people in a very similar way. She ended up near Iraq, but Iraq didn't exist quite then. She was found, she was the last survivor as far as I understand. She was the last survivor of her group, and she was dressed as a boy for safety reasons. And she was found by a trader who took her to his wife, and they took her into their family and looked after her as one of their own. So although she'd lost her own Christian family on the way down, she had gained a kind family, a Muslim family, and she was brought up alongside their children. I've got a photo here of my grandmother surrounded by her family. She went on to have 7 daughters and 2 sons. Sadly, one son died as a baby. She married my granddad, who was an Armenian who had been in Basra. My grandfather was a very big influence on the family, but he was a linguist as well, and he spoke, I think he spoke English to the children at home as well as Arabic and Armenian. Obviously my grandmother also spoke Turkish. So everybody at home could speak 3 languages. They could speak Armenian first, Arabic and English, and then one of them went on to do nuclear physics at university. All these rather glamorous, smart, I know them to be intelligent people, are all there because Granny survived that journey, and if she hadn't survived that journey, they wouldn't be there, and I certainly wouldn't be there. My mother features on this photograph, so I think it's quite wonderful and amazing, and that being refugees, she was a refugee, that they've she's gone on to produce an amazing family, and one that where everybody's contributed to society.